Namaste. The world that you live in is conditioned. It's conditioned by society, which is made up of religion, culture, relationships, and so on. The effects of society varies from person to person, and this is because of likes and dislikes. You like objects that make you happy and dislike those that don't. You're also indifferent to some objects since they cause neither happiness nor sadness. The person doesn't see happiness or doesn't see objects as they actually are. They see them according to their likes and dislikes. If you're sensitive, you may like a rose but wish it was white. And this is due to your likes and dislikes being more definite. That's an example. For such a cultured person, they have a preference in everything. But it's not being said that there's a problem with preferences, only that you should be aware that this means that you don't see things as they actually are. That's an incredibly profound and liberating understanding. Every object in the world is covered by likes and dislikes, which means that the person isn't living objectively, they're living fancifully. In fact, everything you do is governed by likes and dislikes. You think that you're happier and more comfortable by having objects that you like and not having those that you don't like. It's the same for everyone. We have to understand the way the world really is if we're to become free from the suffering associated with it. This desire to be happy, it forces you to either obtain or reject according to your likes and dislikes. The problem with little the problem with this is that happiness is far from certain, as it depends on the results of your pursuit. And look, you're not responsible for the results of the actions. So you can't guarantee there's happiness or there will be happiness. And to make things even more uncertain, your likes and dislikes change over time. What you love today can become the object of hate tomorrow. and what you dislike can become what you like. And we mustn't forget as well, any object that you don't care about, you can end up loving. If you feel cheated in this life, it isn't because of the world. It's because of your own likes and dislikes. God itself can't make you happy if you're living according to your likes and dislikes. It's too fickle. What's needed is for you to no longer be subject to your likes and dislikes, as this will enable you to be objective about the world. And until then, you'll continue to suffer. That's all fine and well, but how can you neutralize your likes and dislikes? It's not enough, guys, to give up your likes and dislikes, because that doesn't work. The problem isn't that we have likes and dislikes. The problem is that we've a value for them. It's a subtle but important difference or distinction. Likes and dislikes are what makes up our personality after all. So it's not possible to remove them. There's no point in trying. Try it if you want. If you carry out an action according to your likes and dislikes without any reaction to results, then this will neutralize them. Truth be told, it's rare that a result is actually in line with what you expected. If it's better than you hoped, you'll start to think you're successful and be happy, which is nice. It's fine until you get a result that is less than what you wanted, and then you think you're a failure. So, this is the problem with opposites. You have one, you'll certainly have the other. Advaita Vedanta reveals constant contentment. The solution is to take the results objectively. Then the likes and dislikes can't create a sense of success or failure. So they now lose their power and can't create sadness. If you're like Arjuna, and many of us are or have been, in that you only want the knowledge that brings freedom from sadness, ignorance, and death, then the mind must be free of likes and dislikes. Knowledge that frees the person can only take hold in a mind that is not under the yoke of likes and dislikes. And now we come to a really important point that needs to be made. It's one thing to understand when you hear it from the teacher or our teacher, because the mind's attentive and relatively free. So likes and dislikes don't get in the way at that moment. Those are moments that you get it from a teacher, and those moments are isolated from your actual personality. Being in an ashram or a class is very important and useful, but it isn't your actual life. So once you're away from the teacher and the teaching, those glimpses vanish and you're left with your likes and dislikes. What may also happen is that those momentary glimpses in front of a teacher, they can become hypnotic, and you may place false attributes, possibly even neediness, on the teacher. In Advaita Vedanta, or traditional Vedanta, no teacher should want you to be their student. No. As the idea is for you to claim your freedom. The teacher doesn't want to retain or hold on to students at all. Also, it's not possible to own the teaching that you're limitless unless likes and dislikes have been neutralized. It's not being said that action or the result of action is the problem. The problem is the reaction to results. The only answer then is to perform action with a change of attitude in such a way that neutralizes the likes and dislikes. This enables you to have a more or less free mind that's able to appreciate the teaching. There are two ways of living. One is the life of renunciation while seeking knowledge. The other is a life of action while seeking the same knowledge. In one way, there's action, in the other, not. Both seek freedom through knowledge. And how are you meant to decide? If you're probably already, or if you're already contemplative, it's clear then that you take the contemplative approach. You can't ask to be contemplative. Either you are or you're not. Although it can't be forced, it can be cultivated. Another important point is that giving up possessions won't make you contemplative either. So it might make you lazy. The contemplative life is natural if one's likes and dislikes are not attended to. Notice it's not said that one's likes and dislikes aren't there, that they're not attended to. As long as they've been held in check, or as long as the likes and dislikes are held, still held, you can't be contemplative. Imagine you're in a forest at the side of a mountain. A river is flowing lazily beside you as flowers bloom and the birds sing. You desire nothing because the world is beautiful and you're happy. Imagine this for a moment right now. Place yourself there. Most of us have had such moments. In nature, beauty all around, the sun gently caressing our faces. In that moment, would you have a million complaints? The chances are not at all. But how come they've disappeared? You don't want the mountain to be different because the mind accepts it as it is. You don't want the river to run faster or slower. You don't even want the sky to be bluer. In fact, in that moment, you don't even want yourself to be different. It's in that moment that all likes and dislikes are resolved. If your mind is contemplative, likes and dislikes are diffused by being aware that they belong to the mind and you're different from the mind. First, the person is gave the knowledge of what they are, consciousness. Then they're given a method of neutralizing likes and dislikes by cultivating a certain attitude. This method is the way to have a contemplative mind. It leads to a contemplative mind, and this method is called karma yoga. Thank you guys for watching this short video clip. This is the third last one. I think there's 2 more in this series, and that will be the end of that series. Any questions or comments, please feel free to type in the box below. It would be great if you shared this as well with other people that may find it useful. Thank you for supporting our Arsha Vidya page and our Arsha Vidya Learning Lounge group. And I would like to gently remind people again that we have a Swami in residence in the group who is delivering classes ongoing. Swami Vivekananda Saraswati, a direct disciple of His Holiness Puja Swami Dayananda Saraswati. Everyone's free to join. There's new classes starting on Tuesday at 15:30 GMT, 2100 hours IST, and you're free to come along and check it out. Okay, guys, I don't know if I'll do another video at the weekend. If not, it'll be early next week. Namaste, and stay safe and have a good couple of days. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.